Just for Fun on the blue, Yugen Dynasty on the red.
I'd look for, right off the bat, it's just to focus on the OP characters, get rid of the Florentino, Sephora. I almost said Superman. That's what all of Season 2 will do to you.
Quillen banned away by Just for Fun, immediately limiting the options in the jungle for Yugen Dynasty.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go ahead and ban away Arum, which is very interesting. Does that mean they're target banning one of the players on Just for Fun because Arum is really, really strong? But we're seeing a lot of North America banning Arum away.
I feel like North America just hates Arum. We had this conversation last week with Envision and TJ. There's just something about the specifics of Arum that the members of North America just don't enjoy.
The support player over on Just for Fun, to answer your question, is Secret. And I don't have them on record as having played an Arum. Their best character is their Annette.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have said that it's a target ban. I do think it's maybe just Yugen Dynasty trying to force something powerful through the draft, which they have now done. Sephora, Elsu still on the cards. Varus still on the cards. I'd call you ban out something stalling again, then get Varus Sephora, Varus Elsu, something along those lines.
Yeah, I think that's a great call here. Let's see if they're going to prioritize. Are they going to hand Just for Fun Elsu? But I think they probably will ban Sephora here because maybe Just for Fun may not play.
No, I love this. Ban out the Slims because it's Tony Wright's best character.
Really?
And Tony Wright is the best player over on Just for Fun.
Wow.
Then you're guaranteed to get 2 of those 3 powerful characters that are still on the cards.
Yeah. Elsu, Sephora, as well as Annette is available.
Oh, that would have upset me. Please pick the Elsu.
Or the Sephora. Sephora's open.
Lindis as well could be an option, but I don't know if they want to give the Elsu over to Yugen Dynasty in combination with something else. Instead, though, they say the Sephora, you can have the Elsu, and that leaves Elsu as well as Varus alive for Yugen Dynasty.
We asked for Silence to step up in the mid lane. This is his chance to do that. He'll have the Sephora to help him out for it. Opposing him, it will be Elsu, and I would have expected Varus. You can instead look to be grabbing Zephyrs for their jungle.
Wow, they're prioritizing Zephyrs this early in the phase here. That's very interesting that they decide to do that when there's actually a lot of other strong heroes open, like, for example, Tulin, even Liliana, you know, because Sephora could potentially go in a support position, but they're actually going to go ahead and pick Rourke here. I know Elsu for sure is going to be picked, but I think what's smart was securing a key support like Annette, because we know the support on Just for Fun Secret loves to play Annette.
Rourke is a good character for Monday, so I can see why they do that. And that actually, now that I've checked my notes, that's probably why that Quillen was backed, because it is Monday's favorite character.
Elsu, Rourke immediately locked in, so you get that into the hands of Monday with his Rourke. Elsu clearly can be flexed between the mid and the side lane, so Yugen still has a decision to make if they so choose. Just for Fun now has plenty of options. Annette is alive, as well as the Varus as an opportunity for Just for Fun.
So that's why they ban Arm, because Arm is so good a counter against Rourke, actually, even though Quillen was banned. So I was questioning that, but that makes complete sense why the Arm ban has come up. Now Richter is going to be picked up along with Violet. No Lindis, surprisingly. So Lindis is going to be open for both teams, and looks like she's not going to be picked at all. They're going to go ahead and prioritize. Okay, Annette, which makes sense because honestly, that's what Secret plays a lot of. That's what Secret is very comfortable on. I like the Annette pickup here.
The Annette will go through, like you say, the Secret. That's their major character. Oh, swap up.
Changing the storylines on us, TJ, back and forth.
Richter and Annette
comes through.
Locked in now, so you don't have to have any heart palpitations. You're going to be okay.
It was just an upset moment.
It was an upset moment, but it is past. It is over.
All right.
Normality has been reached.
Okay.
45 seconds left remaining on Yugen Dynasty's last pick in the first phase. Plenty of options available.
Sometimes you just feel like everything's going along the right tracks. You understand the world, then they change it on you.
But then you know what? You have a support system, and you have me and Suijay here just for you.
Okay. Thank you.
So are they going to prioritize the support, or are they going to get a key side laner? I would love for them to maybe pick up Ryoma, but Lumber, does Chicken love Lumber that much?
He has.
Chicken's like really good Lumber.
I know he is, but it's like last season, man.
I know I'm a support shill, but I really like Chicken's Lumber too. His Earth Splitters are next out of this world.
Yeah, that's true, but it's last season. You know what? Whatever works for you. You play the hero you're comfortable with, and as long as you support your team, I'm fine with that.
Well, the fashion industry is a sham, as is the seasonal meta. You can play whatever you want.
Don't even start.
Even Gilder.
Lumber locked in. Well, if you want to lose, 0 out of 2 today, by the way. 40 seconds left remaining now on the first ban of the second phase for Yugen Dynasty, clearly wanting to limit their options. What they're going to have. The jungle focus would not be the surprise here. Lindis is still on the cards, as you mentioned, TJ, could be an available first ban.
I'd like to see a little bit more focus if we get into the second ban phase without a marksman pickup, which I guess is going to happen. I'd like to see Yugen Dynasty maybe remove Violet, maybe remove Lindis from the pool, because that's what you're probably going to see from Tony Wright in that ADC lane.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, is banning Violet and Lindis away, because that's exactly what Tony Wright's going to play. But instead, they're going to go ahead and focus on the Crickneck instead. I wonder if Just4Fun's going to focus on mage bans now and maybe delay Oz and Ka. Probably Liliana. I would say Liliana or Tulin will probably be the bans here for Just4Fun.
I don't have the stats to back up a Naz and Ka ban, Stewie. I'm sorry. I do have the stats to back up
We've got a whole notebook
Lindis.
of stats, but I don't think there's any of them that might be a representative of the Oz and Ka.
The Liliana, though, does make sense. Sly is very, very good at Liliana, plays it a lot. Turns over to Raz when it's banned out, so if Just4Fun are focusing down that, they would go for that as a second phase. They seem to be considering removing the Varus from top lane, though. And they'll do that instead.
Yugen Dynasty now with the first pick in the second phase. Plenty of opportunities. We still haven't decided where this Elsu is going to go. Liliana clearly being banned away, so that's not an option. Tulin locked in, which means Elsu in the side lane. Well, okay, never mind. Last game kind of changed everything up, but that does mean that there are marksmen.
It is more likely than not that Elsu will be in side lane Tulin.
Fair, indeed. But with that, there's also marksman available. Talanis'
I would have really liked the double marksman.
Yeah, Tel makes a lot of sense here. Can Dual Spiral play Elsu? That's the question.
I don't know that I have seen him on Elsu, but I'd be surprised if he'd never picked up the character or didn't feel comfortable on him. He did in week number 3. Played the Elsu.
This is a solid draft from Just4Fun, actually. I like the Zephyrs. I like the Tel and Sephora. Great late game. Richter and Zephyr super strong in the mid game, and Annette Richter strong in the early game.
Actually, the last time, checking my stats, the last time we saw this Elsu out of Dual Spirals, it was in their loss against that minority squad, now Enix. So
you're jinxing him, man.
Sorry, I shouldn't have checked the numbers. But actually, you bring up a good point. We have yet to see a strong Elsu performance from Dual Spirals.
Yeah, I mean, Ryoma's open. That might be a good pickup here on to the side lane. Let's see if they're going to go with Ryoma. Oh, they're going with Omen instead.
Omen available clearly to go up against that Richter. We have seen plenty of teams decide to go Omen up against it. Now, this is going to be Marcus, 35 as well, in that side lane. I know, Sue, you were talking about him yesterday. He is a very accomplished player, super young, but has that ability, especially on someone like an Omen who has that higher skill cap and can dominate a lane.
He played Omen game 2 and won against Dino Riders. And Omen, his Omen was solid.
Okay, I believe you. Gentlemen, picks are locked in. You stated that the Just4Fun composition was looking great, but if you had to choose one of these two rosters at the end of this draft phase, what are we feeling?
I have to side with Yugen because of that Lumber Rourke combo. That might sound strange, but it's actually my favorite support combo for the Rourke because there are such good mobility engage tools. The Lumber can dive in with Rampage, that's got a tiny little micro stun, and it allows time for the Rourke to chase down a kill. They're very good at flanking around the map together as a two-man squad and grabbing individual kills, particularly with these two players.
Yeah, honestly, Just4Fun has a solid draft, but I feel like Yugen has better team play and better side laners. So I'm going to be looking at Marcus 35 specifically and also Dual Spirals to see how well they're going to dominate their side lanes.
Well, as we get ourselves loaded onto the Antares battlefield, we can take one more look here at the picks in bans for game number 1. It was a slower draft, but it kind of showed, I think, that Just4Fun and Yugen Dynasty clearly are showing this to be serious. Just4Fun, if you want to talk about theory crafting, while they do find themselves at the bottom of the leaderboard, are technically only 2 games behind Yugen Dynasty, which is also tied for 4th place. If Just4Fun are able to actually pull out some wins here, there could be an opportunity for them to make a late season run for the playoffs.
I think it's statistically impossible for them to get in, failing a brilliant failure from Dino Riders. But it is possible.
Because it was the 2-0. You're right. I think that is correct.
But Yugen Dynasty's playoff hopes rest on this, which is kind of a lot of pressure. If Yugen Dynasty want to make that playoff run, they need to win 2-0.
Well, all is on the table here for Yugen Dynasty as they find themselves against Just4Fun in our final match, game number 1 of week number 6.
Yugen Dynasty already going for an invade just for fun. We'll do the same on the other side of the map, pressing forward.
Yeah, I do like how they're both playing aggressive here, invading each other's jungle. It looks like they're going to both take it. And Just4Fun's going to go ahead and take the entire jungle, actually, which I like when they do that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of sided with Yugen Dynasty because I know the players and I like how this roster or this draft implies they would play. But Just for Fun have a very good draft on paper, and if they execute it flawlessly, they'll win.
Yeah, and the side lane matchups are looking pretty solid. I mean, Marcus on his Omen, right? And dual spirals on Elsu. I'm going to pay really close attention to see how he does against his Taloness.
Angela Zhu in that support role. Transitioned, used to be on the side lane.
Oh, right. And Secret is playing Richter side lane.
Secret pulling out that character. And, ooh, silence in mid. Will have to bail out as Sly dives in on the Tulin.
Yeah, and Sly had to use his flicker there to get out of harm's way because Vicky was coming right towards him. So smart move there to prevent that early first blood.
So down in the bottom lane, a lot of pressure, I think, settles onto Dual Spirals' shoulders.
Oh, Marcus is already winning this side lane. And yeah, Dual Spirals, he has to be very careful to make sure he doesn't get rotated on, which is happening to Mr. Secret.
Oh, deep dive in. We'll have the iframe. Secret, that's good, but Monday connects. You'll have to be better than good. There will be Monday stalling out the wave as well, now shifting to focus down the tower. He can't quite solo it at this level, but he'll do about half HP. The dive! Vicky, that's a bit much. Determination popped. He's pulled back in, and it's an opening kill to Yugen. Might get worse. Silence if this has the stun with the water wall. That might save Angela Zhu, who flickers away, but they have no more mobility, and there aren't any ults yet, meaning Silence is an easy pickup. And Secret had better be thinking twice about going through that wall.
Yeah, the timing of that determination. Death from above. Rourke's like, okay, buddy, let's go. Determination gets activated, and he takes down Vicky just like that. That was amazing play there by Yugen so far. Now, 3-0, looking good.
Let's talk about Rourke builds. Scorching Wind seems to be a pretty regular build for the Rourke these days. You're very reliant on having that attack speed. This is a Mr. Stabby build.
Yeah, and that's key because Mr. Stabby is going to give a lot of that damage as he stacks up the minions there. Because as he boats in, he stuns his target, and that's where all that burst damage comes from. He boats in and then scatter shots right there, point blank. And speaking of Marcus, taking care of the top lane against Richter.
Yep, that top lane will be grabbed up. Nicely done. Secret down. Chicken and Sly, in the meantime, are hovering near this Abyssal Dragon, which will be the first pickup for the game, and maybe a path back in for Just for Fun. We're a couple thousand gold behind.
Yeah, that was a little risky. I don't know why Vicky didn't go ahead and death from above there. Right there, Sly is already half health. He could have killed him in one combo. So interesting decision there by Vicky not to engage after Sly just reviewed himself by throwing those Iron Blasts out.
I mean, maybe a little bit of trauma from the last time. Oh, Monday. Don't do this to Angela.
Oh, he's up.
There it is. Earth Splitter. It's beautiful. There's the Tides of Life. A desperate attempt to stall out. A chicken's not low. It might just work. Very low HP on Monday as well. He can't get Vicky. Slides down. Nicely done by Just for Fun.
All I gotta say is the Tides of Life. That timing there, and of course a rotation coming from Tony Wright, focusing down and taking care of Monday. That was huge there. 3 kills for Just for Fun. And just like that, they're back in the game, TJ.
Absolutely. Closing that gold lead down to just 1,000. They'll narrow even that with that tower take they've just threatened down bottom. Dual Spirals is there to defend. I don't think he has the wave clear. It's going to be a narrow thing. Tony Wright doesn't want to hover. Eagle Eye will get outraged the tower. He's caught it by a sliver.
Yeah, just by a sliver. That's why I love Sephora. The counter engage he's able to do, the Tides of Life, when the team is all around you, just helps you set up for that counter engage. And look at Dual Spirals there. Gotta be a little careful with this Elsu here.
Boink. All Silence wants to do.
Yeah, but Tony Wright looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, Tony Wright's completely farmed, and that was a major win condition. We had to see a couple games without Tony Wright. Just for Fun looked lackluster. This is a Tony Wright that's been dominating their lane, though.
Yeah, he has Clav Sancti finish. That's going to be huge in terms of an early game power spike for this Taloness.
Abyssal Dragon up for grabs and over to Just for Fun. You talk about power spikes, they've almost caught up in gold.
Yeah, I can hear DR, Dino Riders, cheering for Just for Fun right now because they look like they can potentially take a game off of Yugen Dynasty so far with how they're playing and coming back.
This is a really good start, and it's about to get better. Sly's gone. Becky picking up another kill.
Yeah, that is what I mean. Zephy's power spikes so well in the mid-game portion here, especially with that death from above.
Chicken, Hurricane Wall, it's another pickup. This is madness from Yugen.
Yeah.
They've completely eradicated their gold lead like this. Finally, they should get a response. Marcus grabs one and a tower up top.
Yeah, my question is, Chicken, your friend, your opponent Sly just died, and you're going to go in the same place where he fell
Monday
and cause another death.
tries a 1v3. Thinks better of it, will fall back behind tower, but it's the same thing that's led to all those deaths.
Yeah, Yugen's got to be careful. They tend to forget that what just happened in the map a few seconds before. So Chicken, the decision-making, his rotation there was very kind of precarious, but Marcus is making up for that by taking care of his solo lane and winning very hard.
Yeah, Marcus, a standout player for the squad last time. Having to stand up again. As Yugen Dynasty, like you say, are struggling. I flagged dual spirals as a pressure point. So far, not winning lane on the Elsu.
Yeah, and we had the matchup Sly versus Silence here. You can see Sly is not winning the mid lane, and it's very low. And Silence is starting to take away and take advantage of how Sly is not able to control this mid lane, which gives up so much map control to Just for Fun. That is very key here.
Tony Wright's third item has just been completed as well in the bot lane for those tracking the star and most fed player of Just for Fun. Slick Sting will give him a little bit of extra crit percent and a lot more attack speed.
Yeah, I'm pretty scared right now with Tony Wright getting that build so early in the game. That is where in the bot lane, your ADC is developing. She now has 3 tier 3 items, and they gotta be careful. Now look, they're rushing the objective. They have full map control in the bot lane, and Elsu is completely falling behind.
Dual Spirals wants to steal it, but he's too late. I don't think Yugen Dynasty can even linger here as the death from love comes through. Chicken, the Earth Splitter, he's trying to stall, but they can't fight this. Monday goes through the back though. He's gonna try and shut down Tony Wright and will get the kill eventually as Dual Spirals brawls out in the back. He'll get one as well, but it's 4 for 2, and that is not favorable.
Yeah, I thought Dual Spirals was able to get another kill before he died. That flicker there, dodging the death from above, but then again, it was uneven trade. Marcus is across the map. He's not in the fights with them. And the engages here, especially with Tony Wright, doing as much damage as he can. And Monday did a good job actually focusing down Tony Wright. But in the end, this is still a positive trade for Just for Fun.
Marcus very nearly caught Vicky there, but he was just slightly off Marcus's screen. That's brutal.
Yeah, right now Marcus needs to start contributing to his team. Although, yes, he's winning solo, which is great. He has 6.3 thousand gold. He has Mantle of Raw Finish. He has Fafnir's Talon. This guy can help his team carry. So right now he needs to stop winning the lane too hard and start helping his team win the team fights.
Yeah, needs to contribute a little bit more. Chicken needs him to contribute to his own safety. It's Just for Fun, poke in towards him.
Because think of Chicken had a great Earth Splitter.
Chicken, you can't do this. Rampage, the shield, he'll get out.
Poor little Lumber just running away. But remember, that last fight, he had a 4-man Earth Splitter. Imagine if his team was there with him. That would have been a totally different fight. And that's the key there. Yugen, they need to stick together better.
Monday just dipped from a fight against Angela, so could have totally won that.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they're deciding to... They don't know the limits of their hero and how powerful they are. It's very interesting to see how that's playing out with both sides, actually.
Snipes are beginning to land though. Dual Spirals doing significant damage. Secret will land. Oh, a good Death's Embrace. That's a lot of focus through. Secret will fall, but it's a 1-2 trade. Marcus and Sly both down in response, and that's not good enough. With Monday stalled out by the Hurricane Wall. He'll fall. Dual Spirals is down. Chicken's off. It's a complete team wipe. Just for Fun have done it.
Man, that was insane there. The Death's Embrace comes out. They get the kill on Secret, but Sly just falls immediately.
This could be game. Darkslayer focused, but 13 seconds on some of the respawns. That'll be the high ground at the very least.
Yeah, Marcus is going to come right back up in 3 seconds, though, TJ. I don't think it's going to be game yet. They have the minions, and they're going to get the Darkslayer, though, so this looks very good for Just for Fun.
They must kill Tony Wright. That is their win condition in every fight.
Exactly. Secret should not be a focus with the Death's Embrace. They need to actually get onto Tony Wright and then take care of Silence. I mean, those two are the biggest damagers on the team. Yes, Vicky is strong on Zephy's and Richter as well, but the biggest damagers are actually Sephora and the Taloness, and they don't have that much defense.
No, and Monday's completely failing to connect on them.
Yeah, he needs to connect on them, and Marcus also needs to connect on them.
Up near the top lane, the Dark Slayer pen gets dangerous. Full spirals down bottom, tries to disengage. He's barely out of range, but that will be rectified. Now the Dark Slayer fight also goes to Just4Fun as Yugen Dynasty lose chicken as well. Marcus tries to fall back and will safely do so behind tower. And that is a small reprieve.
I was smiling and laughing the whole time. My goodness, Tony Wright's damage, the flicker, aggressive. Yeah, you can disengage dual spiral, but you know what? You're gonna die again.
They're
I
just
don't know
going
why.
for game end.
He should have used flicker to save himself.
They're just going for game end.
Yeah.
Just4Fun have the Drake. They have 5 players. There are only 2 to defend. They say, wait a moment, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just end Yugen Dynasty's playoff dreams? They'll focus through. They've got the minions against the core, and they've got game number 1.
Wow, what a gift to the Dino Riders there. Who would have thought? I thought Just4Fun was going to get destroyed 0-2, but man, did they show up. Tony Wright on this Taloness, but honestly, Silence. This Sephora just really did so well, and of course, we can't forget Angela Zhu as well on this Annette. And then finally, Vicky really shined on the Zephyrs in the mid.